From Studio 16 in the heart of Santa Monica, this is Santa Monica Weekly with your hosts, Chris Baelish and Veronica Castro. On this week's show, 37 New York Times best-selling authors, 36 local authors, and plenty of food trucks, all at one local event. Why are these dogs in attack mode at Santa Monica College? And a CPR demonstration that will inspire you to get certified.
Hey everyone, welcome to Santa Monica Weekly, the new local news and lifestyle show here on City TV. I'm Veronica Castro.
And I'm Chris Baelish. Thanks for joining us.
First up today, dozens of best-selling authors, artists, Hollywood notables, and food trucks converged in Santa Monica recently, all for the same event, a rockin' book festival. We sent reporter Evangeline Fabia to check it out.
Margaret Stoll, the founder of YAW.
37 New York Times bestsellers, 36 local and acclaimed authors and artists, 6 notable directors and creators, and 1 popular cover band. All here for the 2-day weekend celebration of YAW Fest in Santa Monica.
We have a great book community here. We have a lot of people who come to the library who love books. And as you can see with all of these kids here, kids love books. It's just phenomenal. We've got kids from all over the country, but we've also got a lot of Santa Monica kids, and I love it.
Kids are the most fantastic readers, and they have the best energy because nobody loves things as much as teenagers do. They have the best enthusiasm.
We really are on a mission to spend all our time and make no money, and to bring books and say the magic words that are going to unlock the book that will get a kid to read it.
YAW Fest is the sister festival to YAW Fest, which began about 5 years ago in Charleston, South Carolina. The 2-day festival consists of writing panels from some of the country's most acclaimed young adult authors and artists. But most importantly, it's a chance for author and audience to connect, just like all these young adults who came all across America, and even this young lady who flew in from Canada to see her favorite author.
Well, now I'm in line for Tara Mafi.
Okay.
So I have her books out if they're ready. I just want to be part of it, and I want to get my book signed because we don't get that kind of event in Montreal.
It's that they have so many amazing authors in like one day instead of like 2 at a signing. There's like a ton.
This is sort of what I think of as libraries in the 21st century, where they're not just a place you can go get information and get books. They're a community hub.
The panels are lively, they're fun. We ask questions nobody else asks, like, when was the time you sucked? What's the worst idea you've ever had?
No, I just got out of a panel where we all read our 1-star reviews. It was like a tragic experience.
So great.
Other notable panels included the opening keynote with best-selling author Ransom Riggs, the Tiger Beat concert, and the Smackdown involving dozens of authors on stage. For City TV, I'm Evangeline Fabia.
Our world-class Santa Monica library and librarian Robert Graves were essential in bringing YAW Fest to Santa Monica. Big congrats to them on an incredible festival. We hope to see it back next year.
So Veronica, are you a dog lover?
Absolutely. I have a little dog named Lucy.
Oh, very cute. Me too. I always grew up with dogs. We had at least 2 dogs in the house when I was growing up, but none of them was as well trained and disciplined as the heroic dogs that showed up recently for a police canine demonstration and training exercise at Santa Monica College Stadium. We do want to emphasize this was a training exercise for these dogs, and they were impressive. Police officers from 30 different agencies converged on Santa Monica College to run drills and train their dogs.
Walter Dominguez, Canine Alex.
Why do you guys do events like this?
It's to raise money for the Canine Association and also to show the community what the police do.
All right, next up, Brian Rodriguez, the Canine Rico. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good exercise in control.
The dogs are the locating tool. They tell us where the guy's hiding, give the guy a chance to give up, and then the guy has a choice.
This is what's called a hold and bark, meaning he's going to get in front of the bad guy and he's going to bark, basically telling him give up and surrender. When the bad guy doesn't, he gets the bite.
It's not about biting. Dogs don't bite the people that much. I think we've caught almost 600 burglary suspects over the last 10 years. In all those, we've only got, I think, like 9 bites out of almost 600.
Congratulations.
Blitz did a really good job today. He ran hard, he hit hard, and he stayed with the apprehension, and he called off well when I called him back to me.
What did you enjoy the most?
Actually,
everything.
yeah, seeing the dogs
like
in
seeing the
action,
dogs.
how much control they actually have is pretty impressive.
Which a lot of people think, you know, you can never pet one, and then they realize it's just a dog, just like anybody else's at home.
Amazing how these dogs are so smart and how they are trained.
I know the audience loved it today. Do the dogs like doing this?
Anytime the dogs can come out here and play, they think it's play, they love it. They're so happy. When I used to have a dog, my dog lived to go to work every day. I mean, he heard me getting dressed and he'd start barking because he knew, all right, it's time to go to work. And so for them coming out here and going to work, it's what they're bred for and it's what they've been trained for. And there's no better day than coming out here and working.
Now, police dogs typically retire when they're about 10 years old, and an interesting tidbit, their handlers get to actually keep the dogs as pets, family pets, when they retire. What did you think?
Oh my gosh, it was so impressive. They're so disciplined. Oh my goodness.
Incredible.
Wow.
Very well trained dogs, no question. And we actually have a sergeant from the Santa Monica Police Department joining us here in studio in a few minutes with a Santa Monica Police canine. Yay. So stay tuned for that.
So, Chris, when was the last time that you hula hooped?
Oh, it's been a while.
Well, there were some impressive hooping skills at Tonva Park recently as part of Family Saturdays. The park was packed as kids of all ages participated in this high-energy hula hoop concert led by Kid Tribe, an award-winning group known for concerts that get kids up and moving. This event is part of the second season of cultural events at the picturesque Tonva Park, located right between City Hall and the pier. All events are free to the public. For more information on Tonva Park events, visit smgov.net/Tonva Park. By the way, Chris, are you CPR certified?
I actually was. I've done it twice, but it has expired. I need to do it again.
You should. Well, I recently spent the day learning hands-only CPR, and I'm so glad that I did. We're at the Santa Monica Place, and I'm here with Chief McElveeney. Chief, thanks so much for putting on such a great event for our community. Tell us why it's so important for people to learn the hands-only CPR.
Well, we've found that hands-only CPR is really simple to teach. Anyone can learn it. It takes 5 minutes, and it can truly save a life.
What's the difference between the normal certification and hands-only CPR?
Yes, for having certification, you have to learn quite a few different steps. But with hands-on CPR, we've learned that the most important thing is just to keep the blood circulating. And people do feel much more confident with learning this process versus all the different steps that go into being formally trained in CPR.
Yeah, we definitely see that there's an increased chance of survival, and we see that, you know, the faster that you initiate this kind of thing with CPR, it'll improve their chances of coming back and having a normal life.
I'm here with Captain Hill. Thanks so much for putting on such a great event. All right, so let's get started. What are the basics in hands-only CPR?
So the basics is, first you have to evaluate the patient. So you approach the patient, first thing you're gonna do is check for responsiveness. The way we do that, shake and shout. So go ahead.
Hey, are you okay?
Next thing you do, call 911.
Okay.
Next thing, this is where it gets fun.
Okay.
You're gonna start CPR.
All right.
So your first hand is gonna go in between the nipples, right here in the middle on the sternum. You wanna go at least 2 inches deep. So you're gonna push down pretty deep, okay? Now, as far as the rate, 100 times a minute. You're gonna go to the beat of Staying Alive. I am gonna start singing for you, and you're gonna start going, okay?
Let's do it.
All right. Ha, 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 staying alive, staying alive.
Ha, 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 staying alive, staying alive.
That actually is all you need to know.
Okay,
now,
John Travolta, staying alive, 2 inches, don't stop.
Exactly.
All right, hopefully I can save a life one day.
I think you can.
If you'd like to get certified in CPR, contact your local Red Cross or check out the Santa Monica Fire Department website at santamonicafire.org.
I did not know dancing was part of CPR training. That must be new since I
That
took
made it so much fun, I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, you had a good time out there. And it's a great skill. I need to get certified for sure. Well, life is pretty sweet here in Santa Monica, but wouldn't it be great to have a faster commute to work? Or what if you could find a parking spot quicker and easier? Wouldn't that be awesome? The City of Santa Monica and the Santa Monica Chamber of Commerce recently hosted Hack the Beach, part of a National Day of Civic Hacking. Photojournalist Gail Fetzer gives us a look at the kickoff event.
We're very excited to host the very first event in the Hack the Beach series. We're trying to build a community around civic hacking, trying to engage the community, the technical community, to come in and work with us more closely, become more engaged in their government and in their communities.
We had this burgeoning, growing demographic of the new tech industries, and we've been taking the last 5 years to really have some discovery about what this is about. How do we connect with our new tech industries?
So the Information Systems Department is sponsoring this hackathon along with the Chamber of Commerce and the Library Department to promote the services that the Chamber provides.
We have a wonderful tech innovation group, and they're looking at the intersections of technologies and libraries.
I heard about this on Reddit. I thought that maybe it would be a really cool event to improve my coding abilities and to make the city a more technological place.
I heard about this through a Santa Monica meetup for tech entrepreneurs, and I was very excited because it's walkable, which is fantastic, and because I'm really interested in trying to find civic solutions or any type of optimizing solutions for problems.
Anyone who's interested in finding our open data can go to our open data portal at data.smgov.net. You can also go into any search engine and type in Santa Monica Open Data, and you'll find our open data sets.
For more information, visit hackthebeach.smgov.net. We're going to take a quick break right now. In the meantime, grab your calendars. When we return, we're going to highlight upcoming events that you're not going to want to miss.
And later in this episode of Santa Monica Weekly, we have a couple of hardworking members of the Santa Monica Police Department right here in Studio 16.
And don't forget, a great way to stay informed about what's happening in our city is to follow us on Twitter, #SantaMonicaWeekly. We'll be right back.
Care packages give hope while you're away fighting battles. But what happens when battles follow you home? JVS Veterans First helps returning soldiers transition to civilian life with services such as peer support, career counseling, and job training.
JVS Veterans First can help. Own your honor.
Visit jvsla.org for more information.
The Santa Monica Museum of Art. Take a closer look.
Hey Mom, yes I'm home. Saved you some dinner.
Plan now for a major earthquake. Contact the Santa Monica Office of Emergency Management. Don't be caught in the dark.
At the Boys and Girls Club of Santa Monica, we build long-lasting relationships with our kids.
Love. Friendships.
Support. Trust.
Learning.
I know. Fun. All that and a lot more.
We're not just a club. We're a family.
Great futures start here.
Welcome back to Santa Monica Weekly, your best source for all the need-to-know information and fun activities happening around the city.
If it's going on in Santa Monica, you'll see it right here. First up, here are your 4th of July festivities. The only spot to see fireworks in Santa Monica is at Santa Monica College, but you'll have to get there early, like an entire week early.
That's awesome.
That's right. The Santa Monica Celebrate America Music Fireworks Spectacular will be lighting up the sky on Saturday, June 27th. You heard me right. Santa Monica College fireworks will be this Saturday night. Gates open at 5 p.m. and the fireworks show is set to start at 9.
So it's a week early, so the crowds will be less because July 4th in Santa Monica is very busy, and it does happen on a Saturday this year. So if you're actually making plans for the 4th of July, you got to plan on attending a summer tradition here in Santa Monica, the 4th of July Parade. This year, Independence Day, as we said, falls on a Saturday. That's awesome. It's going to be a great day. The parade begins at 9 in the morning and lasts until about 12:30 or so. The route starts at City Hall and goes south down Main Street and turns right at Marine Street and goes toward the beach. For more information, visit opa-sm.org.
And do you want to work on your dance moves this summer?
Oh, you know I do. I'm looking forward to this.
Well, then you should attend a free hip-hop class coming up at Tomba Park. Choreographer Amy Catfox Campion of the group Antics will be teaching hip-hop dance on Wednesday, July 8th. The class runs from 7:30 p.m. to 9:30, and the event is free and open to all. It's part of the Tomba Park After Dark series, which is produced by the City of Santa Monica's Cultural Affairs Division. So come and get your dance on. Check out tombapark.squarespace.com.
Okay, so my hip-hop dance skills are not very good, but my Brazilian dance moves are much better.
Really?
No.
Oh.
Totally not. But I do hear that Brazilian dance is super fun, not to mention a good workout. For yourself, find out for yourself on Friday, July 10th, the Pico branch of the Santa Monica Library is hosting a teen cultural dance series focusing on Afro-Brazilian dance with instructor Rachel Hernandez. It starts at 4 in the afternoon. Children in grades 6 and up are welcome, and no advance registration is required, so you can just show up and start doing your Brazilian dance moves.
Sounds like so much fun. Yeah. And summer is here, and that means that school is out for thousands of children, many of which rely on school lunches for a nutritious meal. But not to worry. The City of Santa Monica offers 3 locations where children ages 18 and under can eat for free. Those locations include Virginia Avenue Park, John Adams Middle School, and PAL, the Police Activities League, located at 1401 Olympic Boulevard. The free lunch program runs through August 7th.
Was there any better way to spend a Thursday summer night in Santa Monica than with live music on Santa Monica Beach?
No.
Oh, it's fantastic. All of your friends, gather everybody up, plan in advance. The weekly Twilight concerts at the pier will be starting up soon. The first one is on Thursday, July 9th. 80s funk band Morris Day and the Time will kick off the series. If you want to know more about them, rent the movie Purple Rain. Do you remember that one?
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
Prince.
Morris Day and the Time feature very heavily in that movie. So the Twilight concerts continue every Thursday night through September 10th. Check out the full lineup at santamonicapier.org.
And here's a great way to encourage children to read. The Santa Monica Public Library has some fun and creative reading programs and events suitable for all ages throughout the summer. Teens, youngsters, and even babies can earn prizes for the amount of time they spend reading. Check out smpl.org for all of the details.
Something about reading in summer, it just goes together, right? Especially if you can do it on the beach. If your idea of relaxation is reading while you're lying on the sand, we have got something for you. The Santa Monica Public Library came up with a clever way to encourage sunbathers to read. The Beach Pop-Up Library is backed by popular demand this summer, so grab your SPF 30 and browse the latest bestsellers right on the beach. For times and locations of the Beach Pop-Up Library, go to smpl.org.
And Santa Monica Weekly is your best source for all the fun activities happening around the city.
So if your school or organization has an upcoming activity, please let us know about it and we'll try to get it on the show.
And don't forget to check us out on Facebook. We'll post all the fun and important events happening in our city. # Santa Monica Weekly. We'll be right back.
I thought I had everything under control. Then, one day, something happened. I didn't know how to stop it. I didn't know there was help until someone told me.
Providing access to justice, the Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles can help with domestic violence issues, eviction defense, government benefits, immigration, and other civil legal issues.
Who knows what gratitude means? Nicholas?
To be thankful.
Writing letters to our military is a great way to say thank you for their service.
Frisco! Somebody loves you.
Dear soldier, thank you for keeping me safe. You're my hero.
To donate or send a care package to America's heroes, visit OperationGratitude.com.
Riding a bicycle can seem like child's play.
But only if you're playing indoors. Cars and bikes need to play together.
Play it safe. Ride by the rules.
Hey, share the road.
Discover 30 years of opera in Santa Monica. Discover the Verdi Chorus.
Welcome back to Santa Monica Weekly. We have a special guest joining us in studio today. Well, actually, we have two special guests.
Two special guests. Santa Monica Police Sergeant Bobby Villegas is here with a Santa Monica Police canine named Rambo. Welcome, guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, so should we set out like a water bowl or doggy treats? Are you guys good?
No, I think he's fine right now.
Oh, good.
He looks he's a little rambunctious. Is it the lights maybe that he's
This is his
hiding
personality. He's actually very, very energetic and friendly. And,
that's great.
And as you can see, he's just trying to lean in for more loving.
Wow. All right, tell us about Rambo. How long has he been with the force?
So Rambo is a 5-year-old Belgian Malinois. He comes to us from the Czech Republic. He's been with us for 3 years.
Wow,
Beautiful
that's great.
animal.
That's great. And what's the history of the canine unit and the SMPD?
So Santa Monica actually has an interesting position in canine world here in LA County. We were one of the first in LA County to begin a patrol canine unit in November 1977. Then Officer Barney Melekian started the canine unit with Canine Pasha. He is now retired Chief Melekian.
So a lot of times when we think of a police canine, we think of a German Shepherd. This is a Belgian Malinois. Why the difference in breeds?
You know, a lot of people actually mistake the Belgians for German Shepherds. They have some similar features and traits. We actually prefer the Belgians because they tend to have a little bit of a longer career, a little bit more drive in terms of their work, and just overall healthier in the end.
Yeah, and so we know that police have to go through the police academy, but what's the process like for a canine to make it on the force?
It's kind of a 3-step process. They begin as puppies in their respective countries of origin, where they're trained in the sporting world. They'll train them up to a certain point at which they'll go for what we call titling, which means they pass a certain number of tests. Good boy. And then at that point, they come here, and that's when we'll consider them. They have to at least have that titling. If they don't have the titling, we won't consider them yet. The officer will then go to a basic school. Takes anywhere from 5 to 6 weeks per discipline. So in Rambo's case, he went for 6 weeks of patrol training, which is the suspect location and apprehension side, and another 6 weeks of explosive detection. And that's all that the officer and the canine do during those phases of training. And then at that point, they come out, they work the streets, and the training will actually continue for the rest of his career. It never ends.
Wow. What are the traits that make a good police dog?
Drive is one of them. They have to have the drive. The best way I can describe that, excuse me, Sydney.
Hey, buddy.
Sydney, good boy. The best way I can describe drive in human terms would be work ethic. It's an extreme work ethic to just go out and work all the time, endlessly until they're done doing it. And then the other is temperament. As you can see, Rambo, very friendly, just fun-loving, but when it's time to work, he can definitely turn it on and have that temperament to work.
That's great. Now, speaking of working, how often do the canine teams train together?
In reality, it's every day. You try to turn every task into a training scenario, whether it's feeding or taking them in and out of the car, walking them. But formally, it happens once a week. There's generally a day that's assigned to be a training day, and they'll train on their disciplines, whichever one it is.
And how big is the Santa Monica Police Department canine department?
We currently have 3 canine teams, each team obviously being a handler and dog, and they are cross-trained. They are all patrol dogs, so they help in the suspect location apprehension and cross-trained in either explosives or narcotics detection.
And so what are the main responsibilities? I know you've mentioned so much, but what are the main responsibilities of a canine?
Well, the canine itself is a locating tool, and that's to locate whether it's people, suspects that are hiding from us, or missing children or people, or things such as narcotics or explosives. Some are particularly trained to find guns, or in arson cases, arson accelerants.
Wow.
But they're always trying to locate something for us. That's their primary role.
So in a normal day, if there's not a suspect that you're trying to locate, what does a typical day look like for a canine?
So it starts off with a lot of barking. When they hear us getting ready at home, they get super excited because they want to come to work.
Oh,
and
nice.
As soon as they're in that police car, then they're happy. And then they come to work, and they love to just hang out in the car until it's time to work. you know, getting walked around, meeting the public, meeting children, getting petted. And as you can see, Rambo's not shy about getting petted at all.
Not at all. And so speaking of that, I've heard that one of the important responsibilities of a canine is public relations. Is that true? Or?
Absolutely. I've been a police officer for 17 years. About half of that was as a canine handler. And so for half of my career, you walked around and you could tell people were a little intimidated of you walking, and you really didn't have people coming up to you asking you questions.
Without the dog.
Without the dog.
Right.
I get the dog, what an icebreaker. I mean, the dog is just an absolute icebreaker. We would walk the dogs on the promenade, and I literally couldn't move for up to a half hour because it was one person would come, they talk to me, the next person would come, they talk to me, and I'd be just stationary for a half hour because everybody wanted to talk about the dog, pet the dog, take pictures with the dog. Tourists. I mean, right. it was just incredible how many people come up to you because of the dog. And I think in that sense it creates such a great icebreaker and a bond between the community and us because they can come up and there's a common interest that they can talk to us about.
Sure, regardless of whatever country they may be from or whatever language
whatever
they speak.
Country and language. I mean, we would try to communicate in sign language if we could sometimes, right. But anything we could to communicate, and it's incredible. It's an incredible PR tool.
How is he with children, young kids?
Great. He's great with children. I have 2 boys at home who basically grew up with police dogs with my first one and him. And so he was used to that, and then obviously all the interaction on the promenade with the children and the families, and he just loves it. He just eats it up. Turns on his back and just gets a belly rub from the people and the kids.
So wonderful. If people do see you guys out with the canines, like, is it okay for them to come up and pet, or is he technically working? How do you handle that? That's actually a great question, and you know, just dog safety in general. I like to remind everyone that you always want to ask the owners before you pet their dogs, not just police dogs. But anybody, you always want to ask first, is it okay? Some dogs have temperaments where they can't be petted, some only in certain places, right? And so even with the handlers, it's always a good idea to ask them, but we absolutely encourage you to come up to us and ask us. The dogs may be working at times, so we may not be able to allow it, but we definitely recommend or encourage them to come up to us and ask about petting the dogs.
Santa Monica Police Department, one of the best in the nation by anybody's rankings. How could people learn more about careers with SMPD if they wanted to pursue that?
Our website is a great tool at santamonicapd.org to find out about all the job opportunities, not just sworn positions as a police officer, but there's many other positions for all ages, even youth that are currently in school. We have a cadet program for them, all the way obviously up to law enforcement police officers.
So can you just describe maybe the relationship usually that police officers have with their canine?
It's an incredible bond that we have with the dogs. We spend 40 hours of our work day with them at work. We take them home. They spend time with our families at home. So it's kind of sad to say, but we spend more time with the dogs than we do with our families sometimes. Yeah. So it's a great bond that it's a great bond that we build with them, and it's just I can't begin to describe it. It's just so crazy. You realize how they keep you safe in the streets. They bring you home to your family and your loved ones. So you appreciate everything that they do.
Sergeant Villegas, thank you so much for joining us on Santa Monica Weekly, and please stay safe out there.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Good to see you, Rambo, and we're going to get you a dust roller.
Yeah.
So you can get the dog hair out.
Easy. Come
oh,
he's ready
beautiful,
to go.
Beautiful animal. Whoa.
Easy.
Careful there.
Well, that's our show
right.
for today.
Thank you so much to everybody who joined us today. That is our show for this week, and we will see you back next week for another edition of Santa Monica Weekly.